Jimmy buckets! Clutch time!
Tyler Herro, what a finisher he's becoming.
Lane, Oladipo, oh! That's right, you better mean mug after you dunk on somebody that way.
Gonna run it down, he goes with it. Adebayo for the win!
Yeah, welcome to the 5 Region Sports Postgame Show, aka the Post Up on 5R. I'm your host, KZ Unleashed. I'm joined today by Jonathan Rumlicon, Ariel Latias, Gadiel Cartagena, and my man himself, Brian Young. Big dunk. I like the name. Fellas, we saw quite the interesting basketball contest tonight between the Miami Heat and the Oklahoma City Thunder. Miami put it out 103-90. Don't know what I was looking at in the first half. Second half, it's kind of been a bunch of everybody's bits coming to fruition on like the TV screen. Duncan started hitting. We got Yurt minutes. KZ at the 5. PJ Tucker, Defensive Player of the Year on Shea. Gilgeous-Alexander.
Tyler Herro's Michael Jordan.
Obviously.
Are you guys? That's a low comparison, Ariel. Aim higher.
Where would you go?
Jesus H. Christ himself in
algorithm.
He's
telling you,
God disguised as Tyler Herro.
Exactly. Larry Bird said it himself. So
Tyler Herro died for our sins.
So you guys have a lot of avenues with which you can go from this game. Ariel, we'll start with you. What was your favorite part or least favorite part about this game tonight?
My least favorite part was that 3 to 5 minutes. I don't really know how long that stretch was, but it probably felt like about a half hour where the Heat played. Was it Caleb Martin, Max Strus, Gabe Vincent, Tyler Herro, and I'm missing somebody. KZ. No, it was KZ. It was that 5 smalls lineup. That was like literally one of the worst things I've ever seen in my life. And if I ever see that again, I'm turning off the television and I'm texting you, Royal. You're going to let me know when real NBA players hit the court again. Other than that, though, man, I can't go anywhere but Tyler Herro. I just can't. I mean, that run that he had in the fourth quarter was just like euphoria, right? Like he just catches fire. I mean, he was defended pretty well all night. They put their probably 2 of their 3 or their 2 best defenders in Lou Dort and Darius Bazley, who, I mean, like, he's going to give Tyler problems just due to the size and the length that he has. And Tyler Herro, to his credit, like in that fourth quarter, is just getting to his spots and making absurd shots. Like his tough shot making ability has come. I mean, he's always been a tough shot maker, but when you combine it with all of the other improvements in his game, the run that he had in the fourth quarter, I think like out of those, what was it, 9, 11, 13 points, whatever it was, I think he really only had like one of those looks was like a clean, like, oh, he should make that type of look. The other ones were he's going up over like a 6'8", 6'9" dude, hand in his face. He's stopped. He's looking to pass. He has nowhere to go. He just has to turn over his shoulder and shoot it. Like, they're ridiculous shots, and I really don't want to take this leap for granted because that's like probably one of the most, if not the most valuable skill in the NBA is to be able to make tough shots. He's got it.
Yeah, that one in particular where he was kind of like had his pivot foot, had to turn around 2 or 3 times and just, I mean,
filthy.
Yeah, he definitely traveled, but it's like the shot itself was, I'm sorry, Gad, I know you told me about this last time, but he did. I saw it, but it went in and nobody called it. It was a great shot. I'll give him that. Thank you, John James, for the $4.99. Don't know. He said Detman, worst screener ever. Christ Almighty.
Lord.
Listen, that boy. First of all, it's like if he tries to set a regular screen, he moves on it, and then you get the offensive foul. And then he tried so hard not to move on the screen.
He just doesn't move. He's like, you know what, screw it. I'm just not going to move at all.
He's buffering.
You're right, and did not, and like the ball just goes right behind his head. Anyway, back to this big dunk, my guy, Drip
What's up?
God Brian.
Yes, sir.
What did you like? What didn't you like from this game tonight?
Well, I didn't like the fact that there was a far too long stretch where I think I was watching G League basketball. Like, it just didn't feel real for a second. And I didn't even go to the game. And I still want my money back for at least half of the basketball minutes that I watched. That shit was terrible. But what I love is despite the fact that there are very real consequences of global warming, right? I want to say, it's a cold world for all them Duncan haters out there. It's a cold, cold world. I got me bundled up. Shit. I'm freezing despite this big ass coat. Man's not hot. But you know who is hot? The dude with a burner. His name is Duncan McBride Robinson. All y'all gave up on this man. And I need you to give him his respect. 5 of 12 from 3. That's 41%. Y'all gave up on him after 11 games.
We didn't give up. We just started counting down.
No, it was 12 games. 12 games.
Okay, all right, 12 games. So whatever. 2 seasons of being an elite shooter. And he's back. And I need you to give him his flowers. We don't win this game without Duncan Robinson. We don't win last night without Duncan Robinson. Listen, that's my guy. So y'all chill in my guy. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, listen, G shit. Like without Duncan, we lose these last 2 games. Like, and I mean, it's nice to see him kind of get into a rhythm, kind of string some games together. Because if he can keep this up, once we have our full complement of players, then we talking about something. You know what I mean? Then we go back to that Heat and 5. Thank you, Jason Adebayo, for the $4.99. Don't know. He said Herro cooking in the starting lineup again. We can't keep using the he's good off the bench line.
This is my agenda. I'm here for it. Whenever y'all want to have the conversation, I'm ready.
Give me another 2-3 weeks.
Okay.
Don't mind me. Thank you for the $1.99. Don't know. He said, Roy, don't ever fix your lips to say SGA is better than Tyler. Puke. Okay, first of all, y'all right for the night. You got it. You got it. Tyler's better than SGA. That's not real. Somebody, thank you for the $2. Don't know. He said Detman 3 blocks plus 28 and still 100% from 3 this year. The boy got it clipped. The unidentified celebrity review. Thank you for the $5.
Appreciate it.
He said Duncan is a bum.
You know, he's a bum that the Miami Heat paid $90 million. So I'm a bum too. I wish I could get that type of money. It's a reason. I'm just saying.
And that boy got that thing in the clip right now.
That thing on him.
Yeah. Tell me what you liked about this game, what you didn't like.
I didn't like Yurt 7 looking like he was not ready for the NBA. It wasn't hard to see. Like, we know defensively there's going to be lapses, but it's just like the Thunder's plan was attack him. And they successfully played him off the floor in 4 minutes. I think he was minus 14. Like, plus minus isn't very indicative, but when it happens that much, and only when, like, if Omer does not play today, the Heat probably win this game by 30. That's just, those minutes were bad. So we'll just say it, call it how it is. I like everything else. The role players, even if they weren't playing the best basketball, they were hustling. They were playing with effort. It's like everyone had PJ Tucker disease tonight. It was.
Are we talking about one Gabe Vincent, Gabriel Cartagena?
I mean, KZ, Strus, Martin, like all of them. They were all playing super hard. So I want to give everybody credit for tonight. Like, I don't care if they bricked threes, airballed, pull up mid range, whatever it may be. I don't care. They did their jobs. We got a bunch of dudes actually playing basketball there tonight. So I was happy with that. And to Ariel's point, like Tyler Herro, the leap is just unbelievable. And the one thing that this team lacked on paper going into the season was a tough shot maker, a guy that can go get his own bucket, a guy that can close and end possessions for you. 5 seconds left, give it to him. He'll make something happen. Tyler Herro's that guy. And I don't think that this is going to change throughout the season. Like, we've seen a leap. I'm ready to say that he is going to be that guy for the Heat. He can do it, and it completely alters the ceiling of this team. They can be a legitimate championship contending team with Tyler Herro playing the way he's playing. And I think this is just who he is. And I want to jump in. Oh, go ahead. Sorry, guy. Yeah. I also, just to Brian's point, I do apologize to Duncan. Hey, listen, I was loud and I was wrong. There we go. BB, thank you for the dono. Yo, Gaddy. Haven't heard that one in a long time. Where all that smack about D-Rob? Listen, I'm owning up to it. He's killing my ass right now, and I'm happy about it. I'm happy. Don't get it twisted. I am super happy about this. Duncan playing well completely changes his team because you need him to hit those shots. And he's also playing defense now. And he's doing some of the little things more. His energy's back up because he's hitting the shots. So credit to Duncan. He's showing up after we kicked him to the curb. So we being me and maybe a few others here. But credit Duncan. He's showing up.
The boy Duncan Robinson hit a runner in the lane today. You feel me? Boy was in his bag this afternoon. Go ahead.
That's what happens when you make threes. I mean, if you start making your shots, guys start running at you. That becomes an option, right? You can. If a defender just comes flying at you, you can take a couple dribbles and get into the paint. We saw him do that a little bit last season. It wasn't like a big part of his game, but we've seen it here and there. He doesn't have the pull-up mid-range jumper, which makes him like even more lethal when he adds that to his bag. But we've seen that before from him. But I want to just real quick jump on Gad's point where he said that Tyler Herro is that guy and that it's not going to change this season. I totally agree, but I just want to add a little bit of nuance to that conversation in the sense that you're right that he's that guy, but it could change, but for the better, right? He's a really young player, and this season, there's no reason to think that he can't continue to improve with more reps within this role. Maybe the role changes, I don't know, but with more reps, against competition, and he keeps working on all of this stuff, I mean, he can improve and continue to improve this season.
Yeah, listen.
Yeah,
I know I've turned the corner on Tyler Herro, but I'm not going to turn this shit into no Tyler Slobber Fest when everybody played well. Thank you, David Sasson, for the $5 dono. He said Dedmon be playing like he's on Windows 1970. His reflexes are like pressure to chew his hands inexplicable.
He does it on purpose.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you, Questions Everything, for the $2 dono. He said incoming Duncan slump in like a week. That's okay. Listen, we are fine with Duncan slumps as long as they balance themselves out.
We just needed to see it. We needed to see this that we're seeing from him now. So now it's like level playing field. We haven't gone 5 months without seeing Duncan look like the best shooter on the planet. We've seen it for 2 games, so like we know it's there. That's all that we needed to see.
Ramlakan, read this dono, and then I want you to go into your thoughts on the game.
Yeah, so thanks, Prod by Pack TV, for the $4.99 dono. KZ with a career high. LOL, OKC is trash. He did good, though. He did better than expected. There was a lot of things that I took away from KZ's game tonight that I really liked. He played more like a big rather than playing like a 3, so I'm sure we'll get into that a little bit later. But like you were guys saying, it was a little bit of ugliness to the game, but I really welcomed it, right? How often are we going to get to see these young guys come out there, make these mistakes, and we still end up with a win? So I'm not too bothered that we saw these young guys just get some time, even make those mistakes, because now they'll be able to get coached up on it and move forward from here. So, I love it no matter what. I still think it's a learning opportunity. But as far as the game goes, man, like to Brian's point, hey, Duncan Robinson, that third quarter was all his. Like he was just carrying 4 threes. Doesn't matter who was in his eye or who was closing out. He was hitting that shot. And it's just lovely to see him have that type of confidence again, have that type of trigger with dudes coming right to his eye and he's going right to it. And to your point, Royal, I mean, that floater was beautiful, right? He doesn't really do that often. I think Eric Reed was talking about how he hasn't taken a mid-range shot all year long, and that was the first one to come after that. So that was good. You know what I mean? Tonight, you can't not talk about Tyler Herro, but before I get to that, I liked what I saw on the defensive end, right? We were mixing it up. We were going 2-3. We were going zone. There was, 4 or 5 charges drawn tonight? Like, everybody was putting their body on the line, and it really translated to making and creating separation when the game was tight. So everybody was doing the little things, like Dad said. Everybody got PJ Tucker disease, so everybody was putting their body on the line, hustling, getting rebounds, doing everything good. But man, that fourth quarter, Tyler Herro, absolutely nuts. The one that was really crazy to me was, we talk about the fadeaway one. That was nice too. Don't get me wrong. Like you said, he might have traveled on that, but the one where it got knocked to the backcourt and he walked up and pulled up,
he moved his pivot foot aerial.
That was just absolutely nuts. Like,
if a tree falls in the forest and nobody
phenomenal
hears it.
game. I like what I saw.
sorry,
overall,
Jonathan,
man. I like what I saw from everybody. I thought it was a good game. Kyle Lowry probably won't get the flowers he deserves, but right now, he had a double, right? 12 assists tonight. That was phenomenal. So, and thanks somebody for the $5 dono. Please, no more KZ Okpala. Rather see Haslam on those wobbly knees and that trash. Oh, by the way, will the Heat pay Herro? Will be due a big contract soon?
Mm-hmm. They're gonna pay Tyler Herro. Like he's earning that money as we speak.
Is it a blank check?
It's never
like
in Miami.
We're damn near getting close.
No, yeah, I agree. We're getting close.
It might be a
It's
three-letter
absolutely
check
getting a max.
that says Max, and that's
He's
it.
absolutely getting a max. Like I don't even think it's a
Max
doubt at this
Strus,
point.
I totally agree.
Yeah, like it's hard for me to fight back on that. Like he's earning, if he playing like this, he's earning a max extension, and like that'll be it. At this point, it'll almost be criminal for them not to offer it to him. Before I get to David Sasson's five, he uses your Teletubby picture as his Avi, Jonathan David Sasson. But before I get to that, we got 417 people in here, so we want to thank the primary sponsor of the 5 Reasons Sports post-game show, and that is A Aggressive Insurance. Any of your insurance needs can be met by this wonderful, lovely woman who is also a Heat fan. So please visit insurancebylynette.com or give her a phone call at 954-581-8800. Anything that has to deal with insurance, she knows about it. Also, we want to thank the other sponsor of the 5 Reasons Sports post-game show, and that is CPT Florida. Any small business owners out there who need their IT needs supplied and demand, that didn't make any sense. But anyways, y'all get what I'm saying. CPT Florida does all of that kind of stuff. They do consulting, video conferences. They set you up with webcams, all types of stuff, phone services, anything that you need for your small business to get up and running on the IT side. Please visit cptflorida.com and they will handle that. Thank you very much, Jonathan Ramakan. Let's get back to David Sasson's comment. Thank you for the $5 dono. Said, did y'all see the play Cal throw it off the backboard like he LeBron? Yeah. Not sure what that boy was doing. Christian Carter, thank you for the $1.99 dono. He said Detman took years off his life to get this W. Detman is taking years off his life every time he sets the screen. Let's get into some of these smaller players. I want to talk about the young guys first because we won't spend much time on them much throughout the season. So pick one of these 4 names, talk about their game tonight. You get to choose between either Caleb Martin, KZ Okpala, Gabe Vincent, or Max Strus. I'm going to start with Brian. Brian, you get to pick first.
I'm gonna pick KZ because it's my brand, right? Like, every time I watch KZ, I don't think he's a good basketball. Obviously, he hasn't been a good basketball player, but he's an elite athlete in an elite NBA body, right? And I think that when he's not making the mental mistakes and he's essentially just running around the floor, hustling, grabbing rebounds, doing his best to defend the rim, not taking threes, like actually getting inside and, getting to that little floater, even though it's bad, it's still better than an open three. It's legit better than an open three at this point. He can actually be a decent rotation 15th man on an NBA team, right? On a night like this, he can show out. Yeah. I'm really trying to hedge my bets with KZ. Like, I'm not. He had a good game tonight. But I'm saying, like I think that his elite athleticism allows him to, in spots, be really effective. You can see that he was used a bit differently from how he's usually used. Like, typically on offense, he's kind of just standing in the corner, and he's not a threat at all from there. So you can't really make an impact. But if you're setting screens, running pick and or not running pick and rolls, but
rolling
or doing dribble hand. That's what I was thinking of. Run dribble handoffs. Like, he can actually be kind of decent. So I really like what I saw from KZ tonight. Will it happen again? No, go ahead.
No. You finish.
I was just gonna say, will it happen again at any point this season? I don't know. I wouldn't bet on it. But for tonight, he looked really good.
It better not.
Okay, so the role that they put him into tonight is something that I was clamoring for last year. Is like, this dude does not really have the requisite skills to do anything but play inside the paint.
Yeah, I mean, you saw him when they essentially parked him in the dunker spot.
Yeah, and we used him literally kind of the way that we used to use Precious.
Yeah.
It just like runs just little handoffs. He was actually trying to do something off the short roll and trying to figure things out there. But he was playing really good defense. Like, he was switching 1-5 pick and rolls. He matched up on Shea, and he was stopping him from getting dribble penetration, which is crazy. So I just want to give shout out to KZ. Like, this was probably his best game that we've seen from him in a long time. So it's just good to see that we can at least have on one night a playable player there. So yeah, very happy for KZ having this type of game.
Yeah. Anybody else want to jump in here on KZ, because none of you are going to be able to pick him after this?
I just want to say that this is all fun, and I agree with everything that you guys are saying, but I never want to see it again. Frankly, I never want the Heat to be in a position where they have to use him. We've seen that over the road
Houston,
trip.
He's going to go crazy.
Oh, geez.
Like
make
6 points and 4 rebounds, crazy.
I am I'm watching the Hornets game that night. Listen. I don't think KZ has any one translatable skill to the NBA. I know Gad thinks that he functions better in the paint. He probably does. I agree. We saw that more tonight. But just look, if the Heat are having to play him, then they're in a tough spot, and you probably hope that you never have to see that again. So
he's the new Precious.
Yeah. Somebody asked me what happened to the Herro jersey. I've checked my Twitter timeline. I've purchased the Tyler Herro jersey. Whenever it gets here, I will start wearing it. I'm not going to put my son's jersey over my head every night. It is little. I bought my own. It'll be here in a couple of weeks. So yeah, Gad. Now you get to choose between Gabe Vincent, Max Strus. Okay.
So if Brian's sticking on his brand, I'll stick on mine. I've been completely wrong about the guy, but credit to him. He's been playing fantastic defense over the last few games. Obviously, we don't want him to be having to play these kinds of minutes. And the shot selection tonight was pretty poor, if I could say so myself. I think there was a step back fade, like a fadeaway mid range that just completely missed any. Even things adjacent to the basket, like it looked like an alley-oop to a ghost. I don't know.
You think he makes those in practice?
No, not a chance.
Brady said he was the best. He was the best standout at Heat training camp scrimmages. So
Brady is 18 years old. He don't know his head from his ass yet.
But no, I was proud of the way Gabe was playing defensively. Like if you put him in a defensive scheme that extends past half court, I have no choice but to argue that he is the greatest defender of all time. As soon as you cross half court, all bets are off. But he's playing like a 13th man. That's what he is, I guess. So I'll take it. Like we needed spot minutes, we got him. Move on. Same thing.
If Gary Payton is the glove, then Gabe is
the smaller glove.
The mitten?
The magnum.
The what?
Oh, this.
I like that.
We're going in a direction here. I see.
Like that, Jonathan Robinson.
Anything can happen at the night show.
Thank you, the Weird Pastors Kid, for the $1.99 donut. That's an awesome name, by the way.
Right.
This game, I realized how much I appreciate it, Bam. I think every game that you don't watch Bam Adebayo play for this team, you will more and more appreciate what Bam Adebayo does on a night in, night out basis. Thank you, Jason Adebayo, for the $1.99 donut. He said Gabe's good when he's not shooting. Hey,
Gabe's good when he's sleeping.
Yeah, great. He's great when he's not doing anything.
You can't let any of these young guys shine.
Somebody, thank you for the $2 donut. He said, somebody get Brian is king some glasses. KZ is trash.
I didn't say it was good. I said he was an elite athlete. Like if KZ was,
that's a lie too, by the way.
I'm saying,
I don't think that elite. He has elite tools. He doesn't have the coordination of an elite athlete.
He has good measurables.
Oh, okay. You don't think that if he was like an Olympic athlete, like a high jumper, you could win some medals? Oh yeah, it's crazy.
He's a 6-year-old.
He has like zero. He has less creativity than I do, and I failed art class in grade 8. There's no way he'd be an elite Olympic athlete.
Vertical jump as a high jumper.
His body's not coordinated enough to.
He would bang the bar with his knees. And
he has the coordination of a toddler.
If he did the high jump event in the Olympics, if there was a heat of 8, he would come in 9th.
What about like the hurdle jump?
He'd find a way to have a turnover.
Exactly. Jonathan Robinson, you get to choose between Caleb Martin and Max Strus.
I'm going to go with Max Strus. I felt like he had a phenomenal game off the bench tonight.
You definitely spelled his name wrong. Don't worry, I'll fix it. Keep talking.
That's catastrophic.
All right. So yeah, just overall phenomenal game. I think he had two charges drawn defensively. On his when they were playing zone, he was doing a good job rotating side to side between players, and offensively, he gave us some shooting off the bench that we wouldn't have had otherwise, right? If since we had Herro coming off the bench, we really had. I mean, who were going to rely to shoot the threes off the bench? Gabe Vincent, like Caleb Martin. These guys aren't hitting threes. So having Max Strus back is going to be super, super key. Like once everybody comes back, because his ability to hit shots with guys in his eyes, his fearlessness to shoot the ball, I think it's just going to be super important. So I loved what I saw from him. I think he's going to have a major role moving forward. And I think he's the one guy, as far as those couple of young guys, that really sticks out to me that can just continue to have a bigger role on this team.
Yeah. I agree. I I like what I saw from Strus tonight. It's kind of like I think Ethan said it on the timeline. Strus is an NBA rotation player.
Yep.
Like, and you saw that tonight. Like, it's kind of like I'm glad that he's working his way back from injury, but I saw just how much he can kind of like. He's not exactly what Tyler is off the bench, but he gave us bench production where it was otherwise very limited in terms of skill set. So I appreciate what Strus does, and I do believe that as he grows, then that just makes his bench unit that much stronger.
Yeah, Ariel today.
Who?
Strus.
He's so stiff. Like, it's hard for me to imagine him doing stuff like that.
I know. It's like it's really weird to see.
Yeah.
But he banged it in somebody's mouth. I don't even know who it was, but
he does all types of shit that just kind of like throws me off, bro. Like,
he's very sneaky athletic, I would say.
Obviously. That's part of his DNA structure. Ariel, you get left with Caleb Martin.
Fine by me. I thought he had a pretty solid game. I mean, listen, if he like what y'all said about KZ, while I disagreed with like 92% of it, I think really actually applies more to Caleb Martin, where
he's an elite athlete.
Oh, he's an elite athlete for sure. But if he never had to shoot the ball, like he'll make a three here and there. But if he never had to shoot the ball and the Heat offense could somehow generate a good look on those possessions that end with him taking 3-point shots, he'd be a super valuable piece. And I like what he's given the team. Like, he plays hard as hell, right? He gets up there, rebounds the ball. He'll dunk on you. Like, sometimes he just has finishes where like other dudes who would be, in that spot probably wouldn't be able to finish around the rim, but he's just able to because like he can just jump higher than other dudes can jump, right? And he just gets himself angles that, he's able to finish with a layup or a dunk that other dudes just can't get up there and really contest him. So I like what he's given the Heat, man. I mean, if he were a better 3-point shooter, hopefully that's something he works on a little bit more. Like, NBA player for sure.
That's the case
like,
with
no
all
doubt.
of our bench, honestly, except for Strus.
I think he has more. I think he has more tools, though. Don't you? Do you think he has, like, let's push agendas aside. Do you not think he has more tools than, say, Gabe Vincent?
Oh, he definitely does.
Okay, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think he's an actual NBA player, just like a little bit of fine tuning here and there.
I mean, he has been an NBA player, though.
He's Derrick Jones Jr.
I think he's a little. I see a little more there. I think.
Then
I don't know.
You saw with DJJ.
I don't know. I might watch.
I
got to think about that. I got to think about that one.
But DJJ had more of an elite defensive skill set, but
yeah, that's
Caleb Martin is like a better basketball player, if that makes sense.
Right, it does. It makes perfect sense. Like, he has more basketball sense than DJJ had, but that's kind of like what I liken it to. Like, what he lacks in the actual skill is what DJJ lacked as like basketball sense, where he gained here. Like, he became an NBA player here, and I think Caleb Martin is going to become an NBA player here.
They're going to convert him to. I think they're going to sign him. Like, at some point this season, they're going to sign him to a standard NBA.
If he's the 15th guy, are you guys cool with that going to the playoffs? Like, you don't acquire a buyout guy.
What happened to UD?
What do you mean?
Well, UD's a 15th
still
guy.
We have 14 right now.
I would say UD. Oh, I got you. I misunderstood. I was saying UD would be the 15th guy. I'd be cool with it, but I do like. Would I be satisfied if that were all they did? Like, if this was the roster plus they converted Martin going into the playoffs. No, I think they need to make an addition on the buyout, something to the front court, preferably.
Yeah. Thank you,
that
David.
Requires a trade. Interesting.
Yep. Thank you, David Sasson, for the $2 dono. He said, if KZ is an elite athlete, I'm better than Gabe. You might be, bro. How do you read a pick and roll, bro?
David Sasson's going to be on Culture Minutes before you know it.
Tally. So I want to talk about the unsung hero of this game to me, whose stat line looked like shit, but nobody can tell me that he wasn't a world beater out there. That is PJ Tucker, bro. Every time this man plays basketball, I fall in love all over again because he is just doing the things that speak to my basketball heart. Ariel, you are a big PJ Tucker proponent, so we'll start with you. What is PJ Tucker doing to me? Why is he making my heart thump like so?
He was born to play for this team. You, Royal, as a Heat fan for the majority of your life, for your entire life, have been accustomed to seeing teams that play hard, that put their heart on the line, and that they do all of those things that we preach about when we talk about Heat culture. PJ Tucker is literally that. He doesn't have talent. He's got talent, but he doesn't have like talent relative to a lot of the other dudes he's on the court with. But he is elite at boxing out. He is elite at defending. He is elite at stepping into passing lanes, reading plays. Just like his defensive IQ, his awareness on the court is outstanding. And he does all of the dirty work things that make you fall in love with a player. Like he is. I thought when they signed him, I remember being on here doing the free agency special that we did, that stream. And like, y'all weren't too excited about the PJ Tucker signing. I was, Alex and I were.
You and Alex were going crazy.
Pumped. I love that signing from day one because I knew that he would be a guy that Spo would trust, that Spo would play, and that he would deliver in the role that he's expected, like that he is supposed to be playing for this team. You've seen it. He's been a perfect fit for this team, and he embodies everything that we as Heat fans love in a player. So that's why you love him, Royal.
Yeah. Thank you, Corbs, for the $5 dono. He said, this can't be understated how big of a win this was. Only great teams win when their two best players don't play. This team is very good. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And it's encouraging to see them be able to have different players step up. Thank you to Weird Pastor's Kid again for the $4.99 dono. I love your name, bro. I'm just going to put it out.
That's a Twitter, and he interacts with us a lot, I think, on Twitter.
He doesn't. Probably doesn't.
I think he does.
Me, if he follows me, then at me, bro. I can go the rest of my life without seeing PJ dribble again, though. For sure.
When he dribbles on purpose, we lose.
Yeah, bro. Ryan, as somebody who is an ageist and was notoriously against the PJ Tucker trade, has PJ Tucker
and the Kyle Lowry signing?
Oh man.
I'm concerned about Kyle Lowry. I just want to put it out there. I said a 2-year window would be really good. I said a 2-year window. I'm just gonna say that. I didn't say Kyle would be trash. I said 2 years.
Okay.
Still first year.
But either way, has PJ Tucker changed your mind on him and as a basketball player?
Yeah, last stream, I apologize to PJ Tucker. He is a lot better than I thought. Again, coming into the season, I was like, this dude is 36 basketball years. I keep saying that. Young man in life, in basketball years. He's a bit of an older fellow. So I was like, PJ Tucker, probably not going to be great. His best attribute is going to slow down as he ages, as the season goes on. I was worried about him getting hurt, blah, 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 him not having that big of an impact on the offense. But man, that dude has totally flipped the narrative just from watching him, right? And I think that he's one of those players where if you're not watching him every night, you kind of look at, Basketball Reference and you're like, he's whatever. But when you actually see him play, you see the box outs, you see how he guards guys, you see even the space he creates by being a decent 3-point shooter. Like he's a really, really good player. I mean, not like, I'm not trying to say PJ Tucker is like an elite power forward, but he is a key rotation guy on this team. And he's part of the reason that I think this team could go really, really far in the playoffs. So I shout out to PJ Tucker. He's making me eat my words.
And you're paying him $7 million a season.
And that incredibly cheap.
It's less than the mid-level exception. It's not
incredibly cheap. Yeah.
It's a lot for what PJ Tucker does.
It's
a lot.
I will say,
have some shame.
I still think that I would prefer if they had. I mean, I guess Markieff Morris has been that guy who I've also been wrong on this season, but I would still prefer another guy to soak up minutes at the 4 when the day comes that PJ Tucker gets hurt or you want to wean him off some minutes because again he is older. You would probably prefer not to be playing him high minutes going into the playoffs if you could help it. So.
Talking movies, thank you for the $5 dono. He said PJ legit has offensive skill, though. You don't win an MVP in the Euro Leagues for nothing. PJ has a skill that I like, and he has every skill except for dribbling, to be honest with you. Ooh, Jason Adebayo, thank you for coming in here and making this a difficult conversation with the $4.99 dono. PJ or Crowder? Gad, I'm throwing it to you. PJ. Why PJ?
PJ. That's not even a question for me.
Whoa. Which Crowder are we talking about? Like Suns Crowder or Heat Crowder?
All of it.
Heat Crowder.
The whole player.
No, Jay Crowder right now. You can have Jay Crowder right now or PJ Tucker right now. Because Jay Crowder was insanely hot with the Heat. That's not indicative.
He was shooting, Duncan Robinson level volume of threes.
Yeah. You can have
taking PJ.
Right now, Jay Crowder.
Smarter of a defender. It's unreal.
I agree.
Sure.
You're right.
Much better rebounder. Much better defender of bigger people.
He does all the things that no other NBA guys want to do. It is insane.
And you can't put Jay Crowder on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander for almost an entire game, right? And lock him up. Like that's PJ Tucker, man. That's your 4-5 that you can put on the other team's best scoring guard.
Yeah,
he's a point of attack defender.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
I think
that's one thing that slipped my mind with PJ coming in is I didn't think he would be like stopping the quickest player on the perimeter. And it's not even that he's that quick. He's just so smart with his angles. He never takes the wrong angle defensively.
He makes players with the ball go where he wants them to go. Like they don't dictate where he's going at all. And that kind of like it's crazy to look at for somebody who's not an NBA athlete by any stretch. I mean, unless he put in there putback dunks. But yeah, that's crazy. I think I'm going PJ over Crowder too. Ramadan, you going PJ or Crowder?
Yeah, I gotta go PJ. I mean, like you guys are saying, he's a little more flexible defensively, and he just can't replicate what this guy does. I mean, it's just everything is just straight up culture. And don't get me wrong, Crowder with the Heat was absolutely insane. If we were choosing between Crowder and the Heat and PJ Tucker now, I'd probably go with that Crowder. But what PJ Tucker doing now is it just can't be replaced.
Yeah. So Miami managed to finish this West Coast road trip 3-2, losing the first 3, winning the last 2. Right. That's right. Right.
Yeah, you said 3-2. Yeah.
2-3. I'm sorry.
No, but he meant yeah.
Yeah, I meant they lost the first.
You were just making sure that we were paying attention. You were right.
No, obviously, and this wine that I was drinking beforehand has absolutely nothing to do with it. Yeah. So the Heat finished this thing 2-3. In your opinion, yes or no question, is this a successful road trip? Ariel, was this a successful road trip?
Successful? No. Disastrous? No.
Okay. Brian, was this a successful road trip?
I wouldn't say it's successful, but given the fact that Jimmy hadn't played the past 4 games, you take it.
Yeah.
I think we learned a lot about this team outside of Jimmy and Bam this weekend, and I think we're happy. Like the team is probably happy about where they can become or where they can go. But ultimately, like what Ariel said, not a disaster, but it's not successful either. You wanted to go 3-2. You should have gone 4-1.
Yep.
Jonathan?
Yeah, it was a success. You know, Duncan got his shooting back. Herro, I talked about this in the pregame. Herro typically struggled on the road, but this time he was able to carry the offense almost by himself as far as the scoring load goes. So that's something we typically don't see. I take it as a success, man. I feel like there was a lot of positive takeaways you can get out of here. And real quick, we were playing against Alexei Pokusevsky. Reminded me of Pokemon. I tried to find a Pokemon. This is not one of my better words. But here's
That's funny. That's actually his body type too.
Yes, bro. Yes.
That's
Long
great.
That is beautiful.
He was hooping in the third quarter, I have to say.
He was.
He really was. And it was getting on my
How are you 7 feet tall and 190 pounds though? How is that possible?
He's a dehydrated Kelly Olynyk.
Like literally though, how is that possible?
Bro, he doesn't have a Miami grill anywhere near him up there.
He's literally
eating Brussels sprouts and white rice.
Speaking of Miami Grill, did you guys see Nemanja Bjelica in the crowd there blowing that horn with the mask on his face and all that? I don't know if y'all caught that. He's not slick.
We see you.
Try to distract us at the free throw line, bro.
See you,
yeah, I heard you, bro. Nemanja. But no, I do kind of want. I don't think we've done like Tyler Herro justice in terms of like this actual growth that we've been seeing. It is outrageous. It is phenomenal. Like Tyler Herro at this point, it's kind of like watching a little baby that you had like take their first steps towards being what they're going to become, and it's kind of like it's tough to argue against the fact like he's going to average 20 plus this year.
Oh yeah,
he's going to average 20 plus this year, and it's going to be hard or easy. It does not matter. He's getting those 20, and there's nothing that you can do about it. You saw OKC throw their best defenders, like you guys talked about earlier. They threw their best defenders at him, and it meant nothing. Mm-hmm. It meant nothing, and this is becoming more regular occurrence. So, Jonathan Robinson, I kind of want to spend a little bit of time, give everybody a little bit of time to talk about Tyler Herro's maturity and what it is that he's kind of realizing about himself on this road trip.
You gotta hit that comment.
Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you, Christian Carter, for the 199 dono. He said Paco built like edgy teenage Groot.
I am Groot.
I am Groot. Whoa. That's some real acorns on you there. But yeah, Jonathan, I want you to talk about kind of like what is it that Tyler Herro is going through right now? Like, how is he able to take this next leap and make it look so comfortable?
I think everything, I mean, we talk about the game slowing down to players before. I mean, the game is just slowing down to him, right? He's able to read which spot he wants to get to 2 or 3 steps before he even gets there, right? He's not making decisions on the moment. I mean, he is, but he's understanding where he needs to be there. So I feel like his decision-making has been on point. There's been a couple of just phenomenal passes that he's made throughout the season. Now, tonight wasn't his best passing game, right? But he's still looking to make those passes, which is very encouraging to me, that he didn't really lose hope after 1 or 2 turnovers. So I liked what he did there, and just the scoring, man. The lift is just another level. I think a little bit of the muscle that he put on this offseason helps him kind of elevate, help him get to his spots, feel him get comfortable and not get bumped out of his spots more, because we saw even with that little travel turnaround jumper that he had, he stayed in his spot and he was able to elevate over, I think it was SGA. So I think just his ability to rise up and score over other players, the confidence that he's gained as well, the trade rumors probably got to him a lot, right? I mean, we talk about players objectively, but they're all human beings. And imagine if you're going somewhere and everybody's talking about you getting kicked out, you're the one guy that wants to gets traded. That's going to weigh a lot on your mental. So I feel like that moving past that has helped him a lot as well. So just the playmaking ability, his decision making, and his lift is just phenomenal today or overall this year. And I think that's just what's led him to take that next step. And I want to take pride by Pack TV for the 199 dono drip drop.
Wrong show.
I think that's the wrong show. Yeah. Great bit though. Great bit.
Oh yeah. I mean, a bit of.
I haven't heard it.
Really?
You're telling on yourself, Herro.
Of course I heard it. Come on.
Really?
Come on, guys. Marcus Smart. What are we doing here?
Who knows, but Gad, I want to take this Tyler Herro conversation, I guess, a little bit further in terms of what we're seeing. Like he's to me, he's kind of cemented himself as a front runner for the 6th Man of the Year candidate. Thing. He's lining up most improved player, but tonight he was asked to carry the offense scoring wise. Like it felt like at points in this game he had no help and he still was out there making shit happen. Like is all of that connected? Like is it confidence, weight, or is it something different on the court that's happening around him that's helping him kind of make this a second?
I think you're just looking at a great basketball player playing great basketball. That's really what it is. It's crazy that we're going to keep going back to this from Jeremy Tachet's interview. He said he was in the same conversation as these guys, right? So in a moment where you need him to step up, you need him to do these sorts of things against a team that, albeit they're the Oklahoma City Thunder, they're still 5-6. You're playing without Jimmy and Bam on the road. End of road trip, pretty tired. 28, 7-6 on good efficiency. Isn't that what those kind of guys would do?
Yeah.
Like he's we don't need to say he's there in that conversation, but he's backing it up. Absolutely. And I respect the hell out of that. There's really like, what are the holes in his offensive game right now outside of maybe like turnovers every now and again? The only one I can think of is drawing fouls. And once he gets to that point, we're gonna be seeing Tyler Herro 30-point nights very often because he can do things so easily. Like Lugens Dort, he gives everybody problems.
From Montreal. That's right.
No,
whatever that means. And Tyler Herro was like, it doesn't matter who's guarding him at this point. Like maybe, you put like Drew Holiday or like Paul George on him, maybe it'll struggle a little bit more. But outside of a double, like individually, who's stopping him? Honestly, I don't know. We're at this point where Tyler Herro, I said it earlier in the show, he's that guy, and he's going to be that guy for us, and he's only going to get better. Like, there is going to be a night where Tyler Herro goes for 40 very soon. I know you guys have been saying that. Like, 50 bomb? I'm okay with it. Like, I'm okay with saying that.
There's going to be a night.
Tyler, he's so good. He's so damn good at basketball. And it's these wild plays every now and again. Like, he'll give you 11 straight points in the fourth quarter, and then he'll give you 3 assists, and then he'll come back and he'll actually play defense on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and, push him into help, but still get to stop. I'm impressed, man. Like, I know we jokingly have said all-star or whatever, but like if you have not watched Tyler Herro play this entire year, you watched him play tonight, that's an all-star starter the way he played tonight.
I'm not joking when I say that he's going to be in that all-star conversation.
Yeah, me neither.
It's
I think he's legitimately going to be there.
It's happening.
None of this looks hard to him. This is very natural for Tyler at this point.
Guys,
this is just who he is.
In the last 4 games, I'm counting the Laker game because Jimmy only played in the first quarter. In the last 4 games without Jimmy Butler, so he's been asked to assume more of a role offensively, especially in tonight's game, right? He's averaging 26 points per game on 47% shooting, and up until tonight hadn't shot the 3-ball well over those 3 games preceding tonight. So it just shows his ability to like score no matter what. And if you look at the quality of defenders that he's had to face over these last 4 games, the Lakers, Avery Bradley. The Clippers, it was Paul George and I don't remember who the primary Eric Bledsoe. And then the Utah game, he saw a lot of Royce O'Neal, if I remember correctly. And then tonight, you're dealing with Lou Dort and Darius Bazley. Like, these are tough defensive matchups, and it doesn't matter. 26 a game on 47% from the field. The kid is here. Like, he's here. And all of this stuff, I mean, like, Royal Man, it's just, it is what it is.
Look, okay, so Jason Adebayo, thank you for your $4.99 donut. He said Royal looks disturbed. Look, this is a big transition for me. Like, it go from last year and me talking about trading him to this year. Okay, I respect what he's doing on the court, and now it's me taking another shift into realizing that Tyler Herro could potentially be an all-star conversation. It's a lot to take in the first 20 games of the season. So y'all got to forgive me for like being a little jarred every time I hear these new concepts. Like, it's tough for me, but I see the validity, and I'm not going to continue to push back on
Can
something.
I ask?
I just pulled up a stat. Tyler Herro is 19th in the league in scoring.
And that's over the 4 games that he's had to, well, the 3.5 games, let's say, the last 3 games specifically, where he's had to start, right? 26 a game. So I'm just saying, when I brought this up on Floor's Yours, everybody said, no, he's doing so well in his role. I get that. I agree with that, frankly. I don't think you start him right now. It's not the time. If the team is healthy, I'm saying. But I'm just saying, you've seen a little dose of what's been happening and the numbers and the production that he gives you when he's starting. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Here's a question, Brian. I'm going to start with you. Has Tyler Herro entered the top 3 players on this Heat team? Like, I know we kind of want to say Kyle, Jimmy, Bam. Has Tyler Herro put himself in a position where he can be talked about as potentially our 3rd best player?
I think so. I mean, I don't see – obviously he's not going to surpass Jimmy at any point this season. I don't think he's going to surpass Bam, but I think he's made a really, really good argument for being a better player than Kyle Lowry. I mean, let's assume that Kyle wasn't on this team right now. Would anybody trade Tyler for Kyle?
I wouldn't.
Yeah,
no way.
But you see my point. Yeah, like I don't see how you argue that. I mean, I think that maybe if you want to argue impact in terms of like, you know, has Kyle or Tyler made a better impact on the team this season? I don't know, but I think just in terms of like pure production, yeah, Tyler's been there, man, the whole season.
Aaron?
I really wanted to answer this last. It's tough. I don't know. Like, look, if I'm going to be completely objective here, it's a 14-game sample size. Tyler's been fantastic. Over that 14-game sample size, he has produced at a higher level than Kyle Lowry does. But what Kyle Lowry does for the team is a little bit less quantifiable, right? Like, it doesn't show up in the stat sheet the same way that the things that Tyler Herro does for the team. Kyle does a lot of the, you know, just kind of the dirty work and the setting guys up, the hockey assists, the just organizing everything. Tyler doesn't really have that in his bag at all at this point. Not yet. So, I mean, probably not ever. No, I agree. Sure. He's a different kind of player.
It's not him. That's not him.
Different kind of player. But so, I mean, it's honestly, I don't really know for sure. I would say over the first 14 games that, like Brian said, Tyler has produced at a higher level. I'm not ready to say he's the Heat's 3rd best player. But if we get to a point this season where we can comfortably say that Tyler Herro is better than Kyle Lowry, it's a massive, massive development for the Heat.
That's the problem. Like I'm starting to get there, and I hate myself for it. But when I'm watching him, it's like this motherfucker's our 3rd best player, bro, and it's hard for me to like deny that. Jonathan, is Tyler Herro our 3rd best player?
No, I can't say that just yet, right? I mean, in my opinion, he's not surpassing Jimmy, right? Jimmy's too important. He's not surpassing Bam, too important. I can see where you make the argument with Kyle, right? Because he's scoring a lot more. But the things that Kyle has done to this team has translated to the success that we've had this season. Don't get me wrong. A big part of it is Tyler Herro's fault too. But to put him above Kyle would be a little bit rough because if we didn't have Kyle, he wouldn't be pushing the pace like Kyle Lowry does. He wouldn't be defending at the point of attack and defense like Kyle Lowry does, right? He doesn't do all these other things. And like I said, his scoring is good. His defense has gotten a lot better. But I'm not ready yet to put him above Kyle Lowry. I think Kyle Lowry, like I said, impacts his game in too many different ways for Herro just to his one phenomenal attribute of scoring to take that over.
Yeah, I do want to add on to that and say that if Kyle Lowry wasn't on the team, we probably would see Tyler Herro used more as a point guard. And I think that his season will look completely different if he was in that role again from last year.
We should also.
No, we did not think Whiteside was great.
What? Oh,
I did for a year, for about a year, about a calendar.
I thought he was a beautiful backup center.
Early,
even when he was
Bro, I wanted to call like my nickname for him the whole time was Big Garbage. Like that.
Jeez.
That was my nickname for him when he first came. I was like, he's not good at basketball. He's just like being big, and that was an element that we didn't have, kind of like a point guard now with Kyle. But I want to get Gad's opinion on Tyler Herro. Is he our third best player, Gad?
Oh yeah, 14 games in, he's been our third best player. Kyle Lowry's more important on this team than Tyler because he makes Jimmy and Bam better. He kind of unlocks all these other guys a little bit. But yeah, I think Tyler, like you can't argue with production. Like I understand all the intangibles and all this unseen stuff, the Miami Heat basketball, all the things that don't show up on the stat sheet. But you need to show up on the stat sheet to win games, and Tyler Herro is doing that at the highest of levels. Like a question that I wanted to ask right now, just through 14 games. This is just through 14 games. I understand it's not the largest sample size. Is Tyler Herro playing like a top 10 shooting guard in the NBA?
Without having a list in front of me, I would say gotta be.
You said top 10?
Top 10 shooting guard.
Yeah, easily.
He's like top 7. Top 5.
He's been the best.
No, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. Listen, okay, so the
might
top
be top 5.
He's top 2, and he's not
Harden,
2.
Beal,
Levine,
yeah,
Mitchell, Levine. SGA is 6 on this list that I'm looking at right now.
That's 6, you said?
Is CJ McCollum on there?
7.
Give me Tyler.
Give me Tyler over McCollum this year.
Is Doncic a 2 or 1? What is he?
He's all 5, bro.
Yeah, his name is the Dallas Mavericks.
I will say though, like to Gad's point, because I agree with everything you said, and that like Kyle Lowry gives you all that other stuff, right? Like we mentioned, but you know, I think Twitter NBA Twitter specifically gets a little bit hipster sometimes, and we like to say that like, you know, he does all of these things, and look at his, you know, what he does in these spots and whatever. But at the end of the day, man, the most important skill on a basketball court is to be able to score the basketball. Yep. And Tyler does that better than anybody not named Jimmy Butler on the team. And maybe with more reps and a higher usage down the road, I would expect him to eventually be a better scorer than Jimmy Butler. Eventually, I think. So
naturally a better scorer. Like he has
naturally for sure. Yes.
Yeah, like he has the instinct of a scorer more so than Jimmy Butler.
So when we've been
letting this done sit for a minute. Thank you, Kelvin Farrar. He said, easy question. Do we win games if Tyler has a bad game? So last year I was notorious for saying that Tyler Herro had like zero impact on the game. It was kind of like whether he played well or played terribly, the outcome of the game didn't hinge on his play. This year, that's a bit different. It's a lot different, actually. Like this team kind of, in some ways on offense, goes as Tyler goes. But like Ariel just said, they can win games with Tyler having a bad game. They have other players capable of carrying them.
But you could say that for Jimmy. Like if Jimmy has a bad game, they can win games. They're a better team now, so.
We have that fourth guy that kind of gives you that luxury. As long as Lowry's holding his own weight. Like thus far, he's had a few games where he's been really good. But like Lowry, let's be real, his scoring hasn't been there. Like he hasn't really been looking for his scoring as much, even in moments where we needed him to. But Lowry, I think push comes to shove, he will be that fourth guy that we need. So just having 4 options that can go for 20 any given night, this team is scary. And it's like not even where it's going to be.
Yeah, OG, I don't think we glossing over the fact that Tyler is a better I don't know. I don't want to say good ball defender now. He's better. Better than he is.
He's fine though. Like
like that's what I'm saying. He's not a disaster, which is what he was last year. He was a disaster every time he tried to play on ball.
He's a close to neutral
Right.
defender, and then off ball, I think he's genuinely making an impact. His rotations have been very good.
The energy that he plays with, he's literally like, especially on defense, like just flying all over the. And sometimes he makes the wrong decision and he maybe like rotates the wrong way or
Jimmy
is in the wrong
same
spot.
thing too. Not saying he's not the caliber of defender of Jimmy, but like,
how dare you?
Obviously he's not. But like, he's learning things. Like it feels like Jimmy's like giving him some little pointers here and there because he's playing defense a lot, thinking wise, the way that Jimmy tries to. Like it's actually impressive that Herro's gotten to the point where he's
learning. Like you're 100% right. He's learning, and you see it on both ends of the court. Like 100%. The game is slowed down. He understands everything better this year, and I mean, you combine that with the skill development, and that's what you get.
The thought you bought for $2 dono. Thank you very much. He said, check Jimmy roasting teammates on his IG story right now. Yeah, he put up a shot of Duncan and said Duncan missed his shot and put up another one of Strus and said Strus airballed that one. That was pretty funny.
Turnover for Kyle Lowry. Sorry ass.
Oh, there it is. Devo missed the shot. He stinks. This is the one Max Strus airballed.
Okay, that boy PJ.
You can't shit on Hey, you shit on PJ, Jimmy. I'm gonna write you a message.
A sternly worded message.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think we've milked this game for all it's worth. Sure, JP, you can say whatever you want. If you give me some money, I might actually discuss it. So we got the Pelicans coming up next on Wednesday. I mean, we're gonna be home. Yeah, like this team. Well, they got. I think Brandon Ingram's coming back, but this team
he played. I think he played. He played last night.
Yeah, this team fucking sucks. Like
they have Valanciunas though. They have Valanciunas.
Oh no,
that's a 30 and 20 waiting to happen for no reason.
Pain in the butt for the Heat.
Somebody said Tyler greater than Royal at what? Basketball and basketball alone? Sure.
Not at this shit.
Yeah, on post-game shows.
Tyler gets smoked.
I would eat Tyler Herro ass up if he tried to host a post-game show. What is you talking about? Royal and foe, bitch. Fuck is you talking about? Eric, the boy feeling good?
The boys feeling great. The Pelicans suck, like you said. The Heat, whether or not they have Bam or Jimmy, I kind of feel like obviously I don't actually know this. It's just a gut feeling that the reason, you said Bam because you think you're going to win this game, plus this, how condensed the schedule has been. Jimmy's been questionable the last couple of games, so I think there's a pretty good chance you see both of them in that Pelicans game, if not at least one of them. Regardless, the Heat should win that game. I expect they'll blow them out.
Yeah, for sure. Brian, the boy feeling good?
The boy feeling good. Basically the same reasons. Like, I expect Jimmy and Bam to be back. The Pelicans aren't good. It's going to be a 20-point win. We're chilling.
Cat, the boy feeling good?
The boy feeling great, but I'm not all the way convinced that I think one of Jimmy or Bam will sit this game because there is a back-to-back. They play the next night against Washington at home, which is a huge game.
It's Wednesday, Thursday, the two games?
Washington's also on a back-to-back.
So Wednesday, the Clutch Corner will be doing the post-game show so that you guys won't be on the back-to-back. And I might take Thursday off, because I can. Go ahead, Kat. Finish your point.
Yeah, I think that he should win this game, though. Like, even if they play with this team tonight, it would be a really good game with the Pelicans. You add Bam or Jimmy, one of the two. Should be like a 10-point win. And then if you add both, it should be a 20-point win. So, yeah. The Heat better win. Like, this would be a very disappointing loss. They're at home.
Brian, I see you.
I know. I'm trying
to hold myself and not to put it on here. Somebody said appreciate.
I'm talking about how you spell my name, first of all.
Right.
They're not talking to you, I guess.
It's literally up there.
I guess not. Yeah.
Don't worry about it. Jonathan, the boy feeling good?
The boy feeling good. I feel like Tyler Herro has another 20-plus point game. Like you said, if one of the two comes back, it should be a pretty easy win. Duncan's probably going to have another fire game from three. I feel like his confidence is back. And defensively, we looked a lot better in these last couple of games than we did on most of this road trip. So I think the defense is a big thing we can take away as well. The boy feeling great.
Yes, in back-to-backs, I have to take rest. And it's like, I have a wife and two children, bro. Sometimes I need to quit hanging out with y'all and go play with them. That's just the reality.
It's a long season. It's a long season.
It is.
So you have a life outside of 5 Reasons Sports is what you're saying.
Obviously not.
Crazy.
Ethan would fire me if I did.
Must be nice, Royal.
Yeah, right. Like, you know what I'm saying? Blood, sweat, and tears, baby. I was actually on his Fanalist. He interviewed me about my journalism career. Y'all should watch that. Like, it's, I mean, I actually had a journalism career prior to this, a long time ago, previous life. Thank you, Cat for Life, for the $2 donut. Man, you jumped in just in time. He said, "Yo, does Jonathan have a dominatrix date tonight? Every night,
every single night."
But yeah, the Heat versus the New Orleans Pelicans. Are they New Orleans? Yeah. He about to blow that shit out. Duncan Robinson is going to have the auditioning of a lifetime for them.
Ooh.
60 burger from Duncan Robinson.
20 threes.
He'll go for 7 threes against the Pelicans.
20
13.
Yeah, he's going to go off. Like, I think this Duncan streak is kind of going to extend itself for a little while. Like, he got some shit that he got to get off his chest, and I'm here for it. Like, Duncan, make us stop counting entirely. But yeah. That's going to be it for tonight, guys. We did the hour. We did our job. So we want to thank Aggressive Insurance for sponsoring the 5 Reasons Sports postgame show. If you guys have any insurance needs, please visit insurancebyLynette.com or give her a phone call at 954-581-8800. I can hear myself echoing. Also, if you have a small business and you have any IT needs, please visit cptflorida.com. CPT Florida, they handle camera services, phone services, internet services. You can go on their website, get your quote. Any IT needs for your small business, make sure you visit cptflorida.com. So, as always, thank you guys in the comments for making the show much more fun than it would have been without you. For sure. Duncan Robinson, 60 burger before Tyler ever hits 50. And by the way, I do agree that Tyler Herro is going to hit like 45 points sometime this season. Yeah, thank you guys in the comments as always, making the show much more fun than it would have been without you. Thank you to my guy Jonathan Rumlicon, Ariel Latias, Brian, who has a simp gang in the comments for some reason. We'll see you guys on Thursday with this crew, but on Wednesday, we'll see you with the Clutch Corner. Play the video, Jonathan.
Jimmy Buckets, clutch time.
Tyler Herro, what a finisher he's becoming.
Lane, Oladipo, oh! That's right, you better mean mug after you dunk on somebody that way.